this, it's gonna be a short and sweet episode, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. But I realized that, I need to start going over, some of the things that I've gone over already. And so, when I'm talking about public income versus private income, I want to go over what that means. But at the same time, I always bring some new stuff to the table too. So when we're dealing with income tax, and when we're dealing with taxes in general, honestly, they either motivate you or demotivate you to do certain things. I think taxes and the lack of knowledge of tax implications with regards to doing business with an individual as a corporation or a trust or whatever really hinders and stagnates movement forward when it comes to doing business, whether publicly or privately. So private income versus public income. Really, I just want to talk about how do we generate public income and versus how do we generate private income. And I put the SSN, Social Security number, and I put the 1099 just to kind of offer some guidance. But ultimately, the generation and how we generate income and the entity that we're using to do business and generate this income through is, paramount. It's the most important, period. And there's a lot of stuff going on with regards to, in my opinion, that is a contradiction in a way, but more so, in my opinion, is the lack of knowledge or ignorance with regards to what's going on. So I want to break it down very, very simply. In my own words, from my standpoint, is this: public income is money that you generate through the administration of a public entity. This will be any entity deriving its existence from legislation. I include the Social Security number in there. I include the all cap name, the straw man, or whatever. I include that in there. I include the LLC in there. I include the INC in there. I include any public charities. I include the NFL, Pepsi, all of those. Those are entities that are generating public income. Now, not only are these entities doing business in the public, but they're also generating public income. Now, you can have a private entity in the public generating private income. And really, public entities, they're doing either business with each other, which would be expenses, or they're doing business with individuals. So on the business side, because it's all business, on the business side with regards to employees, you're a W-2 wage earner, you give them the Social Security number, Social Security Administration, give them the, a copy of the birth certificate, the state of, and you're doing business with that. And that's public, Birth certificate is from the state of, Social Security number is from the Social Security Administration. I don't care what you say. I can talk about capturing it, capturing the straw. I'm like, I don't really get into all that. But really, it's public income. It's generating public income. Now, there's a public reporting requirement from that entity. Whether it's an individual, so there's a 1040 requirement. If it's a corporation, there's an 1120 requirement. Or if it's a sole proprietor, it goes on the 1040. There's other reporting requirements for these entities that generate this money, generating income specifically. Now, private income, in my opinion, is income that's generated through contracting. Whether you're contracting labor, whether you're contracting goods or services, but it really comes down to the entity that is being used. So essentially, what entity is being used to contract this private income? In my opinion, it would have to be a private entity. Now, it might be, generating private income with public Federal Reserve notes. And I understand that. And I don't want to get too technical, but, so in that aspect, there will be a reporting requirement, the 1041 reporting requirement. But the actions of the entity itself are contractual, and they're allowable expenses to the entity, the contract entity. So are we employed for income, or are we contracted for income? Now, income in itself is, like I said, could be public and private, in my opinion. Like I said, this is my opinion. But even if, we have individuals who, like I said, we're still working. A lot of us are still working. How do we generate private income, or how do we get some of this public income into the private? Well, you would have to have, a private entity, private trust, or some sort of private entity for the income to go to. But this is where you get into the gift, the estate and gift tax. You check this out in publication 950. There's no tax owed. Most gifts are not subject to the gift tax, and most estates are not subject to the estate tax. No return needed. Gift tax returns are filed annually. However, you do not file a gift tax return unless you give someone other than your spouse money or property worth more than the annual exclusion. An estate tax return generally will not be needed unless the estate is worth more than the applicable exclusion amount for the year. No tax on the person receiving your gift. The person who receives your gift will not have to pay any federal gift tax because of it. Also, that person will not have to pay income tax on the value of the gift or inheritance received. So a gift that is ultimately given per year, per person. So if you have a private person, private legal person, you can gift that private legal person up to $14,000 per year. And the giftor is not taxed on that, and the legal person receiving that gift is not taxed either. So then therefore up to the $14,000 becomes private income for that private entity. A separate annual exclusion applies to each person to whom you make a gift. A separate annual exclusion applies to each person to whom you make a gift. So if there are more than one private legal persons to gift, you can continue to lower your taxable income beyond $14,000. 28, 42, and so on and so forth. All that becomes private income to the private entity, to the private legal person. However, gifts of future interests cannot be excluded under the annual exclusion provision. So, future gifts of future interest. There's an applicable exclusion amount. It's almost $500,000. I don't know if you can reach that level, but that's very important. A lot of people, we're employed. We have to be employed. I mean, it is what it is. I got stuff I got to take care of. I got bills that need to be handled. Children need school supplies. Children need school clothes, food. Got to pay, rent, so on and so forth. So how do I take some of this public income I'm making and turn it into private income? Have it be private income to a legal person that I control, because it's all about own nothing, control everything. So how do I get this to the so-called private side? Well, start giving. You got to give. You got to be giving. I got to have a giving nature. Got to understand. To give is to receive. Give away liability, you receive control. This is how I turn some public income into private income. Now look, I understand, I get with, So L, I get with him in the private. He always says peace to the trustees, peace to the trustees. If I didn't say it every show. So, I get with him in the private. I'm getting, he's saying peace to the trustees, and he's talking to me now. So, with that being said, now I have, private legal persons that I control now. And it's more than one. So what I'm going to do, me, is, I'm working. So I'm just going to update, my dependents. It's simple. I'm going to go to my job, tell them, hey, I'm contracting now. Well, you're an employee. We don't do that. No, nah. I'm trying to hear that. I'm not going to go do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to update my dependents. So, I have more dependents because, I got this legal person I got to give to. And there's not a law that says I have to gift to this legal person, but hey. So, now I have more dependents. I got a legal person and another legal person. I got 3 legal persons I have to make gifts to annually. Actually weekly, but I claim it annually. So there's less money being taken out of my checks. But I don't, I'm not slow. What I do is the difference. So, I knew I was getting before I updated the dependents. So the difference. So I'm getting more now because I updated my dependents, on my job. And I'm getting more money now. That money that I'm getting more, that's obviously a gift. So, if I got 3 dependents, the more that I'm getting, I'm going to split that in 3. So I'm going to divide it by 3. And I'm going to write 3 checks to those persons. Every single payday. Every single payday. Every single payday. At the end of the year, I'm going to add up all those checks. which is going to be easy because, I control, aspects, the bank, you definitely get the statements for those legal persons. Keep track of that. I got the carvings of the checks. I kept records as well, personal records of how much I was gifting to these persons. But right here, it just says the gifts are excluded from my taxable income up to $14,000 per person. So I'm taking public income, and I'm legally and lawfully, from what I understand, I ain't a lawyer, I ain't an attorney, into private income. Now, 1099 aspect, when you're able to contract, with these, those legal persons, instead of having to be employed by, a public company, we can contract to private entities. And from my understanding and from my experience, this is a position that is the most advantageous that I've ever been a part of, ever had the pleasure of dealing with when it comes to doing business, when it comes to contracting, when it comes to dealing with individuals, when it comes to helping people. Bottom line, when it comes to helping people. I do this for charity. Foundation is for charity. Get on here every single week, do events all across the country, and I love helping people. But a workman is worthy of day hire. Hit me up, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. If you'd like to learn more about my perspectives, nuances that I'm looking at. If you want to deal in the private, if you want to, feel a certain way in the positive realm or aspect or side of things when I say peace to the trustees, definitely. Send me an email. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. That's ADMIN at welcometothefoundation.com. Used to deal with Gmail, man. Got hacked, man. I ain't gonna lie. Stepping on toes. Couldn't do it. So now, utilizing the website, welcometothefoundation.com. And it's a lot. It's a lot more, secure. I don't know how they're gonna hack it. I'm sure they could, but I don't know how it's gonna happen. Real quick.
The hottest radio network on the planet. High Frequency Radio Network. Sync up.
Man, I love that one, I like that word. All right, I'm about to open the phone lines up. What is it? Y'all can call in if you want, if you're online, man. I know I was kind of laid back this evening. I wanted to be. I did it on purpose. If you don't like it, email me. Tell me you don't like it. I ain't never scared. I ain't scared of y'all. I'm just playing. I love y'all. But yeah, let me know. I try to kick back a little bit. I didn't want to be too heavy-handed this week. I know there's some energies going on with regards to this month. And I'm your friend. I'm your brother. I'm chill. Just we good. So 424-222-5250. That's 424-222-5250. 563-999-3625. I'm only gonna take a couple callers, man, because I have problems. And I've had a long day. I don't really plan on going over. But I still love y'all. 424-222-5250, 563-999-3625. I know I talk fast. Like it or love it. But no, I'm serious. Before I go to the phone line, look, I definitely want to be clear. I advocate for saving money in precious metals, tangible assets, gold and silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, sometimes even copper and nickel. Hard assets, tangible assets, things you can touch. Classic cars, art. But essentially, getting your hands on, the easiest thing you're going to do is get your hands on a few grams of gold or a few ounces of silver, and that's fine. You got to start somewhere, and that's where everyone starts. Unless, they came into some sort of family estate, family trust, and it's not theirs, it belongs to their estate. So saving in gold and silver, it will preserve your energy. You exchange energy for these Federal Reserve notes, for the value that you perceive these Federal Reserve notes to hold. Fiat paper currency is being deflated, inflated, whatever. A basket of goods that was bought 10 years ago, a basket that you paid $100 for, you pay $100 worth of food and groceries or a leather coat or whatever. You want to buy that same basket of goods, today it's going to cost you almost $150. Almost half. $100, almost $150 in 10 years. So in 20 years, it's going to cost you $200 to get what it cost $100 20 years ago. So, I mean, look, if that's savings, you're just trying to hold that in retirement, just do the math. Investing in gold and silver, sure, if you're a long-term investor, you're investing in anything I suggest you invest in yourself, you invest in your private education, you invest in a business, whether private or public. I recommend private, but, if you have a public business and we do business, we can definitely, reorganize it to where it's privately owned. Invest in yourself. Put that time into yourself. Slowly but surely, it will pay off. Dedication and consistency are the keys that you need to attach to your drive, your wants and hopes and dreams. So, I'm seeing signs all across news outlets, all across the internet. The debt ceiling for the United States needs to be raised. Stores are closing left and right. Companies are closing stores. Company stocks are plummeting. Stuff going on with, the different countries. The stuff going on within this country right now. And if these people are talking about they can hack the power grid, and they can hack the banks too, So diversify your assets. You got money in the bank, put some money in some gold and silver. Put some money in some tangible assets. I'm not even playing. Please. I'm saying this because I love you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything. You go into the, get some gold and silver, doesn't make me any money. I don't benefit. If you need to know how to do it privately, hit me up. I still don't benefit. It's all love. First caller, 925-9681. 925-9681. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing? My name's Brian.
Doing well.
All right. I was calling you because I talked to you previously, and you, I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And you was telling me, because I just told you, I'm just brand new to this, trying to learn this. I've been following Mr. Youssef for, I guess probably a month or two now, trying to get these documents and learn all this stuff, and it's a lot of stuff to, absorb and everything. But I remember you was telling me that, you were saying that, you can help people and stuff, and you send me the link and stuff, and I was like, I just started, like I said, I just did an LLC in my name, and so I did the link, and I, you did everything necessary. So I was just, wondering when would you be helping me, try to get more information that Hello?
As far as setting up your LLC, brother?
Yeah, well, I already did the LLC stuff, but I just, I did the whole, I'm just trying to, I already set it up and everything, but because, I was trying to get into trying to do a business and stuff. I'm working with people that's trying to show me stuff, but I haven't even done nothing really yet. I'm trying to make a deal, but I was like, look, I did the, you sent me the link, and I, pay for the little thing, and I was just trying to see, when would I be able to, you could help me, figure out something or give me information, because I'm listening to all these trying to soak up game, and that's what I'm pretty much at.
Did we do a private consultation, or
yeah.
Did you just email me and I sent you something?
No, I did the whole. You sent me the link to do a private one. I guess the hour one.
Okay, and then did we get on the line? I'm trying to see if I'm trying to look at my notes. Did we do? Okay. Did we actually?
You sent me it, and I went through the whole process. Let me look right now. I got it on my phone. Let me look. Let me find the same thing. Because you emailed me, and then I emailed you back about it, and then you sent me something to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for a private. The it would be underneath BMB.
Don't say your email on there.
Okay.
Okay. Don't say your email on the air, brother. Oh, just email me, man. We'll get it figured out. But yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm just trying. Like I said, I'm trying to get as much as I can because I don't even know. Like I was feeling like I said, should I even do this? Because I was like, I'm just, I'm gonna ask you for. I'm like, I don't even know what to ask him, man. Because I'm just barely starting into the business. Trying to learn how to put myself in a better predicament. And I'm like, well, I got the LLC right already, and I got my, exemption number and all that stuff. So I'm just pretty much, that's where I'm at right now. I got it. I haven't done nothing else about it. Only thing I've been trying to do is the other people that's helping me, they helping me try to get money from the, the deals that I'm supposed to be trying to do with. That's what I'm getting into. But, none of that stuff is working right now. It's just, a process as far as that. But I'm just saying, before I even get this money from making, these business transactions, I'm just trying to figure out, what steps I take from starting an LLC to, in case when I start making income from it.
Yeah, definitely. I can go over something, right now, just because you're asking the question, and I appreciate, you calling in. But ultimately, it'd be best to, to just let's get up in a private, because then we can talk more privately.
No. Yeah.
And then, you can give me your specific situation and so, so on and so you don't want to put all your business out on the air,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because there's a bunch of stuff I'm trying to do, but there's one thing right now because, like I said, I'm just trying to, get myself in a better situation before. I'm personally tired of dealing with people that, don't want to deal with, people like us anyway. So I just figure we need to worry about getting ourselves situated and stop complaining about stuff and start making our own stuff. And like you say, control stuff, own nothing.
Right, yeah, definitely. That's the best position that I feel like I've ever been in. I know that I've ever been in, specifically.
That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get me and my family and me and my mother and my sister in that predicament because I'm just tired of seeing all this stuff. Like, ain't no point even going about it. But like the whole thing in Charlotte and stuff, and I'm just tired of our people looking like worrying about people, and when we need to worry about getting ourselves situated. So in case these people have issues, we gotta be prepared, legally and financially, and in situations like that, understanding the law and everything. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I know some. I got Chinese people I call family. I got Persian cats that I call family. I have Vietnamese. These different cultures that I know that they so much more concerned about what they're doing and what's going on in their community. They're not really concerned about who the president is, what the president is doing, who's rioting, who's getting hit by a car, so on and so forth.
Well, I feel like you're right about that. But what I feel like the problem is that and I was talking to somebody, I know some Africans that they go like, we worry about all this other stuff, and I'm like, well, you gotta look at it from the perspective of, I ain't saying it's right, but I see that these other people that usually come from other countries, they've been taught this from day one, or they're used to being in a country where they see people making moves like this. You go to places and over there in the Filipino people see a bunch of people who Filipino, doctors and everything, and they run and stuff. And then, Nigerians seeing everybody like that. And some of these people come to this country already been, exposed to this, where I feel like in this country, if you're a black American, they trying to keep you out in the dark because they don't really want people to know everything. I mean, look, some of the biggest institutions is pretty much, making money off of people. And if we just would have been knowing how to learn these businesses, we'd be better. I mean, look at the NFL, NBA, and music, everything. All this stuff pretty much is all these black people are generating all this money for all these other people, but they didn't even try, they so concerned about getting money instead of making it. So that's why I feel like, that's why it makes sense to me when I meet other people from other cultures and they understand it, because they didn't have to live in this country where they're trying to keep you away from it. Like in schools, they try to keep you. I don't tell people about finance in schools. So,
I think something else to keep in mind is, traditionally, my father, my grandfather, my grandmother, so on and so forth, because, that article that I read earlier for Current Events, they were talking about, his grandfather his father grew up during World War II, and, he saw currencies, stuff happen to currencies. He knew about the importance of, buying gold and silver. But, I think about it, there was a 60s movement, for, so-called Negroes or black Americans or whatever, for them to equal rights and stuff. So I don't feel like, we as a people have really gone through, one of these instances to maybe, I don't know, have it, ingrained, at least in our minds with regards to a recent memory, a few generations ago memory or something like that. I think, we're still dealing with the ability to get money and be able to have money, not, be all the time or necessarily singled out all the time because we do have money or, whatever. I think, I want to be a catalyst in the transition of, brothers and sisters get to the point where, they're a steward of their money. And we start moving from the mind state of success to the mind state of significance. It's one thing to be successful in your life, monetarily or whatever, but, is your life going to have significance? And if so, what is that significance going to be? And I think, I think that's really important. I think it's really important.
Well, I'll put it this way. I mean, and it's like how you go to say, because I've read a lot of stuff. Now I'm trying to learn the law and all this information like this, and I read a lot about history and things like that. And what I realized is, to me, it's no disrespect for people who did the whole civil rights movement. But when I talked to people that was in there, it was like, people sometimes felt like it was probably better when it was segregated, because a lot of people was a focus on, their finances. And then what it became is like we need to integrate to a society. But the truth is, that you integrating. And I remember they said Martin Luther King said that. He said he was concerned if he's integrating his people into a burning house. So it's like, and what I take from that is like, yeah, you can integrate. I'll let you come to my place. I'll let you buy my stuff, but I'm not going to, worry about, your well-being, because you didn't ask. You could have kept doing that yourself and just want to try to understand laws and have the laws work to protect you, not try to integrate you into there. Because now you look at it, I mean, people got what they want. You're playing sports and you're doing all this stuff where the Negro League at one point was making more money or was going to make more money than baseball. And, so I get what you're saying. And that's what I'm saying, that I feel like people outside this country don't have that history of people trying to integrate with all these other people who from other countries where they're used to seeing people controlling stuff and not being concerned with having dollars instead of making it. Like you guys always said, it's an illusion anyway. Money isn't real. It's just something we got to use to get where we at. So
right. Well, they broke
saying.
up. They broke up our businesses. They broke up our sense of community and working together because they saw the profit and allowing us to integrate in today's society and however a lower class. Because it's for monetary gain. Like you said, the Negro League was making a lot of money, so and they publicized people like Jackie Robinson, the crossover athletes and stuff like that. And it's less not only profitable, but it's less beneficial to stay working together versus working with them and stuff, and it's just not that it's bad and there's anything wrong with it, because I'm not really getting into this, them versus us or whatever. It's just
no. I got what you're saying. It wasn't that. It's just that to me, I feel like it is what it. I mean, I don't want to be rude or none of that. I feel like I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, bro. It's cool.
Okay, well, yeah, I just didn't want to be rude. That's all. All I'm saying is, but you gotta look. You gotta look at the facts. I mean, now all these people feel this way, and I don't really have time to, be concerned with how they feel. I'm just looking at the facts, and the facts that a lot of people was paranoid about this, and so people don't have to get into that, the whole us versus them. But my whole point is that it made more sense for them to break up people that they see was gonna make money. And I'm not like a lot of people was mad at Obama. I'm not mad at him. All people wanted was an image, so they got the image. Nobody really pressed him to go further in policy. So I mean, how can you get mad at a person where everybody was always defending some of the stuff he was doing instead of saying, hey, you need to work on this and work on that and work on this. So because a lot of people are mad at him now, I'm like, well, he told you, he's going to work with the people that were going to push him. And a lot of black people didn't push him because they wanted an image. And I think that's the problem. We want imagery instead of this self-respect. I just feel like we just need to have more self-respect for ourselves and who we are, because we'd rather complain about stuff that's irrelevant, like Grammys and, all this other stuff where you could have made your own, And there's nothing wrong with working with people, but I'm saying when you work with other people, they have their own stuff too. And I just feel like we don't have our own stuff.
Yeah, we getting there though. We getting there, man. We getting there.
Yeah, I'm trying to be part of it. I'm trying to be a part. So that's why I said because even like I said, I ain't really got no loot or this illusion of money. But I ain't really got it. But I said I need to make these moves because I figure if I put the money out there, I'm gonna get it back out. So that's why try to contribute to your thing and get a little private conversation about trying to help me get there. And I'm just trying to make all these moves with a little bit of funds I do have, and I'm just trying to understand this whole system that I wasn't taught in schools. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do. It's a good position to be in. To keep, like I said, diligence and persistence in this game is paramount.
And I appreciate you and. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I just appreciate that you and I know y'all it's a business for y'all too, but it seems like y'all give a lot of free content for people, even though at the end of the day y'all still trying to be able to survive and eat. So I appreciate you, Mr. Youssef, and all the people that be trying to give people information. It's just all about I'm just trying to learn this stuff, and I'm doing the best I can because for me, I got like a little disability, learning disability, but like I said, it was a will, there's a way, and I use a lot of my phones and technology to help me get the information a lot quicker than me having to, so I always tell people there's no excuse because I know a lot of people can read way better than me, and they'd rather look at World Star and all this other stuff and waste their time getting mad about some rapper saying something this, something that. And I'm like, I don't got time for that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be distracted and you want to waste your time, there's plenty of things to waste your time with. In abundance. But yeah, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. So definitely.
All right.
Let's, send me an email. Let's build in the private, family.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, you were right. You said do not give it out there because we got to stay in the private and stay in honor, like they said, stay in honor.
Yeah.
All right.
At all costs. Yeah, brother. Have a great week. Enjoy your night. Peace.
All right. Thanks.
Always a pleasure. Brother, I think it was his first time, pressing 1 at least on the live show, man. Shout out to, Brother Brian. Sometimes some people get, stage fright or something like that. I guess. I understand. I'm not saying brother, that was his tone. But, press 1, man. I like to holler at y'all. What the deal? What's the deal?
When I say,
what's the deal? What's the deal? This
is
Dal from Brownsville. How you doing, So L?
Okay.
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing?
That's my friend. I'm trying to listen to
all right.
Before you back.
Yeah, I have a friend over here, and she's gonna hit you up in the private. That I have over here listening to your show. My sister's probably at the house right now listening to you. Do you speak to my sister tonight?
No, sir. I don't believe so. No, I know I did not.
We was on the line doing the uplink thing, the upland thing. So I did an enhancement tonight. I got the enhancement started, like that, and yeah, she didn't like the jury though. It wasn't her taste, but she did get something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but my friend Ernie want to talk to you. Go ahead, ask him a question, Ernie.
What kind of business are y'all into?
I'm in the business of helping people.
Huh?
Mostly. So I'm in the business of helping people mostly. Understand how to better do business. Yeah.
Like
helping people understand how to better do business. Yep, entrepreneurs.
How to start your own business and stuff like that?
Yep, I can help you with that too.
Okay.
I like to do that.
You like to do that?
Oh, he's into music. Let him know you fit into music too.
Oh no, I know a lot
of music.
I grew up around all the people with the music, so from the Bronx and stuff like that.
BK in the house.
But anyway, I'm gonna get your number. What's your name?
My name is So L, sister. Peace.
So L.
Yeah, S-O-T, like Sot. Sot L.
Okay, So L. I'm gonna get your number from Darryl. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a call and possibly meet you face to face.
Okay, sounds great.
That's okay.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So L, I'm gonna let you take the next caller. I'm gonna give her your link so she can listen to you in the archives and everything like that.
All right, appreciate you, Daryl from Brownsville, man.
I appreciate you
Thank
too.
you.
Peace to you and love to you and your family. And I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna talk to her. So I'm gonna listen to the show later on. So I'm gonna hang up right now. because I haven't seen her in a moment. So I'm going to let you take the next caller. Peace, Soel.
All right, peace, brother. Oh, see? About that time, here go the switchboard. Oh, man. I feel like I'm being forced. My hand's being forced. Even though I'm having issues with the switchboard, I can't bring in any callers. It's spinning over here. I appreciate y'all. We got about 9 minutes left on the show. I'm just going to close out, if you don't mind. But thanks for calling in, everyone that called in. Everyone with your hand up. I can see your hand up. There's just nothing I can do. I tried to refresh it a couple times when the last caller was on, but Blog Talk Radio, y'all. Sometimes it happens. I mean, maybe there's a lot of people doing shows on Wednesdays. You know, I tend to think positively. Bottom line is, definitely like to thank everyone who checked the show out live, everyone who, you know, was on for the whole show. I want to say thank you, appreciate you, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to do the show this week. Actually, this week, I was thinking about, I think my lower self was trying to tell me not to do the show this week, and just because I've been busy and there's a lot of things going on with me, and I was being selfish. But it's always a pleasure to do the show. High Frequency Radio Network. It's an honor to be on the network. And I'm really glad that I did do the show and didn't, flake out, because I don't like to be flaky. I'm a noble. Bottom line is, public income versus private income. I just want, especially with the topics that I'm doing and where I'm at right here with the foundation, I just want people to have a better view, a better understanding, not only of what you're doing, but what you want to do, where you want to be, how you want to be doing business. I want you to understand that it's worth investing in your private education. And there is exchange required, but it's very, very beneficial once you get there. It's kind of like going to school. Who likes school? Really nobody. Some of the classes are fun because you get to learn stuff that's cool that you like, but most of the stuff you don't really care about. But we went to school because, we wanted to be finished with school and get that diploma or whatever it was. It's the same with, private education as well. The study, the repetition, the demonstration, so on and so forth. It's not really cool, but the results are definitely cool. More than cool, actually. I want you to understand that no matter what situation that you're in, whether you are unemployed, whether you are underemployed, whether you are overemployed, whether you are W-2 or 1099, no matter what you're doing, if you're driving, passengers around for Uber, if you are a truck driver and you work for a company, if you're an independent truck driver and you own your own rig, if you invented a new type of sponge for your face that takes off not only the oil, but makeup, and women love it. Whatever it is, you can be successful, you can be significant, and you can start right now. I want to show people who are bringing in public income how to begin to fund their private, quote, persons. How to do it legally, how to do it lawfully, and do a legal thing, which is allowable, is avoid taxes. Not evade taxes, avoid taxes. And really that's what we want. Don't you want to take home more of the income or control more of the income specifically that you traded your energy for, that you traded your life on, the time on this earth that you'll never get back, if you can legally without getting in trouble? Don't you want to control property and the things that you generate from a standpoint of limited or no liability specifically, personally? You want to do that for your family. You want to change the tide. You want to make a difference. You want to be significant in your family, in the generations to generations. This is it. There's no better time than now to invest in yourself. There's no better time than now to begin to believe in yourself. And there's no better time than now to learn how to control more of the energy that you're converting for value, whether that value comes in the form of Federal Reserve notes, whether it comes in debits and checks or, pay stubs or, I don't care if you can pay them Kool-Aid. Don't we all want to control more of that? And wouldn't you feel good about yourself if you know that you set up your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews to do the same? Legally avoid death taxes, inheritance taxes, probate taxes. These things that other people concern themselves with. You want to make a difference that's going to last generations, guaranteed. Invest in your private education. Turn off the TV. Turn off the game. Turn off the video game. Put down the Instagram. Put down the Snapchat. Put down the Facebook. Put it down. And invest in your private education. There's no better time than now. It just makes sense. Beyond all these things that we can see, these manifestations before us, physical, visual, there's an energy shift happening right now. A lot of people are feeling it. There's a shift in consciousness and thought. And there's a lot of, pushback and fighting against that shift. I can see it. Things are changing. Old ways are changing into new ways. And old ways are going away. The old ways are no longer what they used to be. Things are changing in new ways. We gotta transition. We gotta transition the way we think. We gotta transition the way we contract, the way we make money, the way we feed our children, the way we think about education, the way we think about family, the way we think about community, the way we do business, the way we invest our time, our energy, our money, our wealth. We have to transition from public to private. My name is Host Sot. You can email me at admin@welcometothefoundation.com. You can get all the information that you need for the next 3 months at highfrequencyradionetwork.com, specifically in the PDF section. You can go to welcometothefoundation.com, sign up for the email list. And you can be here every week. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for the foundation. This is charity for me. I don't get paid to do this show. Actually, it costs me money to do this show sometimes. It takes away from money that I could otherwise be making. It takes away from time that I could be spending with my children. I'm not saying that to, I'm just letting y'all know. That's how much I care about this. That's how much this means to me. That's how much y'all mean to me. And I want for you what I have and more. It's It's time to do something different. And, you know, I was pretty successful. I wasn't significant until I did something different. So, with that being said, I want y'all to be nice, show some love, feel some love, enjoy yourself, and understand that you worked it, and understand that there's no better time than now to change your life, change the way you do business, to change the way you do things. Control more of your wealth, control more of your business. Get in a position of power, which is control. Get your family in that position and perpetuate that through the generations. There's always going to be a slave caste. That slave caste right now is paid in the wage of debt notes. Gold is the currency of kings. Silver is the currency of ladies and gentlemen. Barter is the currency of the people. And debt is the currency of slaves. Understand that the Federal Reserve note is a promise to pay. You don't ever pay anything. You discharge the obligation to pay to a later date. These are debt notes, and they're losing value. We're the ones getting caught with the bag. That's how important this is. And I'm going to keep saying it. Because when I holler at my maker, I'm going to be like, hey, man, I said it. I love y'all. Peace to God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.